Hey, darling. I hope things are going well at work. I've just finished cleaning the house up. It's looking good. I've got some dinner on the stove for you when you come home. But can you do me a favor? I saw on TV that eggs and milk are half price at the supermarket. Do you mind picking them up on the way home? I'll be able to make a really nice omelet out of it.
Can you have a little bit of consideration? You know how much I work. Why would you give me extra chores at the end of the day?
I mean, it's just a little bit of shopping. I'd go myself if I didn't have food on the stove.
Fine, I'll go another time. I can't go today because I have overtime at work.
Oh, that's a shame. We're not in the best shape for money, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to save everything we can. I'm not sure how long that sale is going to last.
It's just a little bit of eggs and milk. It's not going to make a big hole in our budget. We'd be saving pennies. Anyway, I'm glad we're talking about money because I have something really important to tell you.
Something important? Don't tell me, Paul. You got a promotion or something? We should celebrate.
Don't jump to conclusions. This isn't good news. My company has actually cut my pay. It's not just me. The whole office is getting screwed over right now.
Are you kidding me? Why is that happening? I thought everyone in that office is a hard worker, including yourself. Doesn't make sense to me that they would cut everyone's pay. It seems so out of the blue.
What can you do about it? The economy is in the worst condition at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if other companies are doing the same thing. I'm just lucky enough to keep my job in the first place.
Okay, so how much has been cut? I might need to rebudget a little bit for this month if it's a lot.
My monthly salary has gone down to $1,500 a month.
What did you just say? That's ludicrous! How the hell are we going to survive on $1,500 a month?
The answer to that question is we can't. It's impossible with my pay at the moment.
Paul, this is dangerous. We're going to be living on the street at some point. What are we supposed to do?
Look, let's face it. I'm pulling most of the weight around here. You're just doing housework at home. I think you'll have to increase the amount of shifts at your part-time job. It's the only way we can get through this.
I can have a word with the manager, sure. To be honest, I already feel really bogged down just with the housework. I'm not really happy that I'm going to squeeze in more part-time job as well. But I guess this is what we have to do to get by.
I'm sorry, honey. Thank you for being so cooperative. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you when I get home.
Don't worry, Paul. We will get through this. I know it. Hey, darling. I know I just called you while you were at work. Please don't get mad.
Why the hell did you do that? You know the rules. I don't want to be distracted whilst I'm working.
I know. Trust me, this is important. I just fainted at work and was sent to the hospital. I just got out now. I don't know how much longer we can keep this up. This is really killing me.
What are you talking about?
This lifestyle. We need to figure out a different way. It's starting to take a toll on my body. We can't sustain this way of life for long. What do you think we can do?
I can't believe I'm hearing this right now, especially while I'm at work. Don't act like you don't know the answer. You need to work harder.
Excuse me, why would you say that? You know how much I'm working. I wake up in the early hours of the morning to start work. After that's done, I go home for an hour to clean up the house. Only an hour, mind you. Once I've done everything I can, I head off to my second job. How can I work any harder than I am right now? My life is literally sleep, then work, sleep, then work.
You're over-exaggerating and you know it. You know there must be some room for you to try harder.
Paul, how can you say that? Let's just face the facts. We've tried this for 3 months now and it clearly doesn't work. I've even cut my diet to 2 meals a day. At this rate, I'm going to have to stick to 1. Are you happy eating kidney beans every night? We need to give our bodies something different.
And what are you suggesting?
We've got no choice but to loan out some money.
No way! I thought you were going to give us an actual solution, not a joke.
What do you mean? Why can't we get a loan?
Loans are what people at the bottom of society do, and we're not like that. I won't stoop myself so low.
Paul, that's so pretentious. This is the only option we have left.
I don't want to hear any more whining from you. If you have time to complain, you have time to work. Now get back out there and earn our money. I don't want to have this conversation again.
Why are you speaking to me like this? Good evening, Margaret. Sorry to bother you so late in the night, but there's something urgent I need to talk to you about. If it isn't Allison, it's been a while since we've talked. I hope you've been doing well. You can message me anytime. You're family now, remember? Thank you. I appreciate your kindness. I have to talk to you about everything that's happened recently. I don't know if I can bear this any longer. What are you talking about? Don't tell me it's about Paul. If he hasn't been treating you right, I will have a word with him. No, don't worry. He's not abusing me or anything. But he's been having a tough time at work. Both of us are having a tough time, actually. The other day, I went to the hospital after coming down with an illness at work. I haven't been there since. With me out of commission, Paul and I are worried if we're even going to make it through this month. I was wondering if you would be able to lend us some money. I'll pay it back, of course.
Are you telling the truth right now, Allison?
100%. I wouldn't lie about something like this.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's clear that you are lying about this. Even if you didn't work, you'd have enough money to survive the month. You know how much that man makes.
You're right. I am aware of how much he makes. If you know as well, surely you must understand my situation.
Quite clear. It seems you two have been irresponsible and don't know how to use your money wisely. With an income like that, you'd have to be spending your money on ludicrous things to be having a rough time this month. If you are expecting a handout from me, I'm sorry. Figure out a way to cut back on your spending and I'll be happy to give you money afterwards.
Margaret, how could you say that? I thought you just said we were family. Believe me, we've cut back heaps. I barely turn the lights on at night. I've cut back my diet to 2 meals a day. All I eat is kidney beans for protein. I don't know how much more I can cut back. Not only that, but I'm actually falling ill from this lifestyle. So what else can I do?
Surely there's some other areas where you can cut back on your expenses. Although I must admit, if that's really what you're doing, that is quite a harsh lifestyle. Is Paul living the same way? I'd hate for my boy to be suffering.
As far as I can see, not really. He has enough energy to go to work at least.
There's a problem in your household, and it's up to you to diagnose it. Getting yourself into a pinch when you earn as much as $5,000 a month is very strange.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Since when have we been earning $5,000 a month?
Well, it's been that way forever, hasn't it? Paul has always been bringing in that type of money.
You must be mistaken. He told me the other day. We're only earning $1,500 a month.
$1,500 a month for a full-time position like his? That doesn't sound right. Are you sure you have your facts right?
Of course I am. I heard it straight from his mouth himself. He told me that the economy is bad at the moment and they had to cut his pay. Not only that, but his original pay was not $5,000 a month. It was something around the range of $3,000 a month.
That's not what I have heard. He's told me he's always been quite successful in the company and is making a lot of money. Something doesn't add up here.
What are you saying right now? That he lied or something? I can't believe he would do something like that. I'm sorry. I'll assume. But that seems to be the case. The question is, why would he lie? I'm so sorry for everything you've had to go through. Have you really only been eating kidney beans this past month? I'm 100% honest. That's all I've been able to eat. You poor girl. Don't worry. I'll come over and cook something up for you. I'll also make sure you have enough money to get by. Thanks, Margaret. You don't know how much I appreciate that. These past 3 months have been torture for me. All I've gotten from Paul is harsh criticism. Not one bit of sympathy for everything I'm doing lately. When I told him I went to the hospital, he didn't seem to care in the least. I was actually scolded for calling him while he was at work. That man! The nerve of him! I promise you, I never intended to raise him that way. But that is a clear sign that something is wrong right now. That is very odd behavior coming from him. You think so too? What do you think is going on? He never used to be this way. Look, Allison, if I could give you an answer, I would. But I'm honestly not sure. I have no idea what goes on in your household. To make matters worse, my son barely contacts me. I guess that could be considered odd behavior as well. Especially since he was such a mommy's boy in the first place. Something is definitely going on. I have no idea why he lied about the money, but I'm going to find out. I'm no longer living this lifestyle anymore. What are you going to do about it? I'm just going to ask him. Plain and simple. But if he was hiding it up until this point, who's to say he's going to tell you right now? Think about it. If he has deceived you thus far, he's going to do it again. You'll have to find a different way to get that information from him. You have a good point there. What do you suggest I do? Maybe you should look into it in other ways. Check his belongings or ask around his workplace. I'm sure you'll find something in no time. Don't worry, I'm gonna help you out with this one too. I love my son, but I love you just as much as him. You're part of my family. If he's doing anything to make you suffer, I won't let him get away with it. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Hey, slacker. Don't think I haven't noticed. You haven't been going to work recently, have you? Do you understand how dire our situation is? We're going to lose the house at this rate. Start pulling your weight around here.
Shut up, Paul. I don't want to hear this from you.
Excuse me? How dare you say that to your own husband? Especially when I'm the one keeping this house together.
Drop the act already. I know you're lying. What's the point of me going to work when we already have enough money to support ourselves?
Are you becoming senile or something? Haven't we talked about how much I earned? We've only got $1,500 a month. We don't have the luxury of having this stupid conversation right now. So can you get your head on straight and start working already? If we ever become homeless, it's going to be you that's to blame.
Stop trying to gaslight me. Paul, I see through your lies. You are convincing me that we only earn $1,500 a month. I have too much evidence against you.
Where the hell is this all coming from anyway? I can't believe we are talking about this right now.
It started with your mother. She told me everything.
My mom? What has she been saying? I haven't talked to her in a long time.
You have a lot to answer for. I got into contact with her in the hopes that she'd be able to lend us some money. I'm sorry. I can't live the lifestyle we've been living so far. Even the sight of a kidney bean is going to make me puke.
You big drama queen. Get over it already. It's not like you live in a third world country or something. You still get to eat at the end of the day. Also, you actually tried to pilfer some money from my mother. That's low, Allison. Extremely low.
Don't forget that she's not just your mother anymore. She's my mother-in-law, too. I have the right to ask her for assistance. From the way she was speaking, I think she's more in line with me than she is with you. Especially after we found out that you've been lying.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about right now. Can you just get it through your head that I'm not earning any money?
You are one despicable man, Paul. You have no idea who I've spoken to. I saw your workmate Kyle at the supermarket while I was shopping for more kidney beans. We had a very interesting conversation.
Who is that? Kyle? He's a good kid. What about him?
From the way Kyle was speaking about you, you actually earn quite a lot of money in your company. You two are always going on dinners together. Kyle quoted me a salary of over $5,000. That sounds very different to the $1,500 you've been spouting at me for the past 3 months. So do you have anything to say for yourself, Paul?
This is absolutely ridiculous. He is lying, of course. I'll have to talk to him when I get into work. I'm not going to be happy.
You're still putting up that tough exterior, aren't you? Just give it up already. I have the photos to prove it. It looks like you're having fun going to all the high-end restaurants. I didn't know you had the means to go to all the expensive places in this town. How is that professionally made charcuterie board? I'm quite jealous, to be honest. All we've ever eaten together was deli meats and peanuts. I've never seen macadamia nuts in their shells. I'm sure that freshly shucked oyster was amazing, too. I had no idea that's what you were doing when you weren't at home. All those times I was eating kidney beans on my own, I thought you were at work for this family. So the question is, what have you been spending your money on? Are you happy you made your wife suffer this way?
Do you think I'm stupid? Why would I tell you anything about it? You're just some ignorant girl. You don't deserve to know. You know what would happen if I told you how much money I was making in the first place. If you were a guy, you would understand my position.
What are you talking about? I'm your wife. You're meant to tell me everything.
You may be my wife, but you're still female at the end of the day.
That's got nothing to do with anything. What's so wrong about being a female?
Let's face it, you females are leeches. Don't think I don't know. I've been with a lot of girls over the years. I know exactly how you act. The moment you smell money, you like to suck up every little bit that you can. That's the type of people you are. You can't be trusted.
The nerve of this boy to speak about women that way. I never even imagined the day that I'll be having this type of conversation with him. You truly disappoint me. Who the hell taught you to talk like that? If it wasn't me, it was definitely your father.
What are you doing right now? Is this some sort of prank? Honestly, would you just start working already? We shouldn't be wasting time talking about this. Don't think pretending to be my mother is going to faze me. I know you're out of cards and you're just trying to scare me. Well, scare tactics won't work. Get back to your miserable part-time job and earn us some money.
You fool. I am your mother. I have no idea who I'm talking to right now. This isn't the little boy I raised. What happened to the little gentleman that went around picking flowers for the local girls? That little boy was leagues more of a man than the one I'm talking to right now.
What the? How the hell do you know that? We've never talked about that before. I don't want anyone to know I was that much of a sappy loser.
I told you, didn't I? This isn't Allison. It's your mother talking. If I'm speaking honestly, I didn't know you were a sappy loser up until now. The things I've heard from Allison tell me they aren't true. A true loser is someone that would lie to their wife and make them suffer in the way that you have. Now defend yourself. Have you been making Allison work to the bone?
So what if I have? It's not your business, Mom. Stay out of it. This is between the two of us. Go live your own life, eating cakes and not bothering us. I'll sort this out with my wife. Thank you.
You ignorant little rat. You forced me to come back into the picture. I didn't think I would have to discipline my son at this age. So we know you have money and you've been forcing Allison to work. The question is, why? What have you been doing behind the scenes?
Honestly, Mom, I'm telling you to just stay out of it already. I don't know why you have to get yourself involved. Look, I know you're just doing this for attention, so if you really want me to see you, just ask. Stop trying to jeopardize my marriage. I'm the man of this house, and I'll set things right. I don't need my mom trailing behind me.
I'm stepping in before things get worse. You've had your fun up until now, and I want to know what you've been doing. So until you've told me, I'll be pestering you for the rest of your days now. Out with it! Where is the money? I know you must have something in your bank account.
It's gone, I swear. I spent it all on food and drinks. Are you happy now? Will you finally just leave us alone so I can go back to arguing with my wife?
You aren't pulling the wool over my eyes, Paul. I want to know the real reason. Money like that doesn't just go away on food. So where is it?
Okay, fine. I'll tell you already. But you have to promise not to tell Allison. This has to stay between us two.
I'm your mother. You can be honest with me. What is it?
You can't judge me for this one either. If you're going to do your role as a mother, you have to accept me as your son. And as your son, I am male. I have my own tendencies that I have to deal with.
What are you trying to get at? Just be honest with me already.
Look, a lot of my money has been spent on dates. A lot of dates.
You've been doing what now?
I'm sorry, Mom. Maybe this isn't something that you can understand, but a guy likes variety. Sticking with the same girl year after year gets boring. There's no excitement in it.
You rotten rat. So you've actually gone and cheated, haven't you? This is more than cheating, actually. You're a married man. How can you not be ashamed of yourself? You have a great girl and you go off and do this.
Like I told you, Mom, you're not a guy, so you just can't understand where I'm coming from. I had an opportunity to be with another woman. I took it.
All the while lying and hurting your wife in the process. I didn't know you were so selfish. Was this girl worth it? Does she even know that you're a married man? I can't believe you would do something like this.
I don't know how much she knows, but she is truly beautiful. Maybe even you would understand if you saw her. She looks a little on the younger side, but she definitely clears 18. It's all safe.
Clearing the minimum legal age is nothing to be proud of. She's still practically a child. That's disgusting for a guy of your age. But this still doesn't make any sense to me. Sure, I know you do spend money on dates, but it can't be that much. Just what type of dates were you having where your household starts to collapse from financial burden? You must be traveling to different countries with each other to get to that extent.
This girl is a hot, fiery spirit, and she needs to be pleased. The thing I worry about most is whenever we are on a date, if something glimmers and catches her eye, that's when I know I'm screwed. She has an absolute disregard for my money. Anytime she wants something, she coerces me to buy it. I've got her everything from Louis Vuitton bags to Ugg boots and expensive jewelry. She always threatens me that she will start seeing some other guy if I don't buy her what she wants. She really put me in a pinch in this one. But if I'm being honest, that's kind of what I like about her.
More and more, you continue to amaze me. Just how much of a fool can you be, Paul? You don't realize that she has no interest in you, even in the slightest. You're never going to impress her. She's only after your money.
I get that. Honestly, I do. You have no idea, Mom. She gives me a special energy that no other person can give me. Especially my cow of a wife, Allison. How could anyone be attracted to that after all the years we spent together?
I think I need to jump in now. Thanks for calling me a cow, Paul. Over the years, I've thought your face has turned into one resembling a pig, so now I can feel free to call you that. You told Margaret to hide the fact that you've been seeing someone, but I already know. I had my suspicions.
You knew? Since when?
Ever since I heard about the money, I've been doing a little bit of digging around. I managed to get access to your computer. You truly have been a naughty boy, haven't you? I know all about the chats you've had with this girl, Katie. I've seen the photos, too. I'm not even going to get mad at you, Paul. I'll let the law do that for me.
What are you talking about right now?
Even you must know that this girl is a little bit off. Can you be sure she is truly an adult? Sure, her body looks a little bit more mature, but her face is clearly a child.
Of course she's an adult. Why would I date a child? She told me she was 18 from day one.
You really don't know girls, do you, Paul? They tend to lie about things like this. This girl, Katie, is still in high school. She's 1 year away from graduating.
Are you joking right now? That can't be real.
Look, Paul, I have the information all here if you need it. I've done my research into her. I know everything from where she lives to who her parents are and what school she goes to. You really blundered up this one, haven't you?
What are you, Inspector Gadget? Maybe you're just some creepy stalker.
I'm just a wife that needs to know what her husband is getting up to. Now I know that my husband is a liar as well as a criminal. Unlike my husband, I am not a liar, and I will be telling the parents about what has happened.
Wait, Allison, don't do that. Think of what's going to happen to me if people know about this. There's a potential I'll actually go to prison for this. It was just an innocent mistake. Even you must think I don't deserve that type of punishment.
You can pretend to act innocent, Paul, but I know a part of you knew. Let's just hope you haven't done anything too serious with this little girl. Also, I'm not interested in staying married with a guy that cheats on me. Being the slippery snake that he is, Paul managed to get out of the mess that he caused for himself. I was true to my word, and I contacted the parents in relation to his behavior and their daughter. They were quite surprised that she was doing that type of thing. They managed to get in contact with Paul himself and force an apology out of him, as well as an explanation for his actions. Paul was insistent that he didn't know anything about Katie. He honestly thought that she was of age. He also assured them that they didn't do anything physical. With very little to go on, they did their best to try and indict Paul and get him charged for having relations with a minor. Unfortunately, there was no evidence that they had any physical contact with each other, and he was cleared from any charges. Then again, that's not to say that this ended happily for Paul. The parents of the girl were quite slighted that he humiliated their daughter and wanted to get back at him. They got into direct contact with his company and told his boss of what he was doing outside of work hours. His boss has a very strong opinion on that type of thing and pushed a lot of work onto Paul. He was also ostracized by his workmates. It didn't stop there. It seems that Paul wasn't only lying to his wife, but lying to his co-workers as well. He was embezzling money from the company. It didn't take long for Paul's boss to decide to fire him. With no job, Paul was in desperation. At the time, we had already divorced and he tried his best to try and reconcile with me. But I gave him a flat no. After that, he tried to appeal to his mother, but got a stronger no from her. His mother said that she would never support someone that would treat and talk to a woman that way, even if it was her own son. She then added that she never thought her own son would actually have relations with an underage girl. She was disgusted to call him one of her own. Paul consequently fell into despair, and I'm not sure what happened to him from that point on. As for me, I'm finally free from financial burden and don't have to support Paul. Being out in the real world on my own is a new experience, and it's going to take some time to get used to it. I'm sure at some point I'm going to find a partner that exceeds Paul. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.
Jessica, how's it been going? I heard about your new house. You guys are doing a new build? That's so exciting! James told me all about it when I talked to him the other day.
Hey, Margaret, thanks for checking in. Yeah, we are excited about it. Did James reach out to you? What all did he tell you?
James never reaches out anymore. I'm always the one initiating conversation. He didn't tell me much, just the basics. I swear, it's like he forgets I even exist. If it wasn't for me calling him, we'd never talk. Where did I go wrong with him? I really wish he'd be better about keeping in touch with me. Can you talk to him about that?
I can try. I don't think it's anything personal, though. He can just be an airhead at times. I'm glad he told you about the house, though. We really lucked out finding it. The housing market has been crazy as of late.
You sure did. I never thought James would actually grow up enough to get his own place, let alone build one. Did he get a promotion?
It's all still very early in the planning process. We haven't met with the architects or done any customization to the base model yet.
That makes more sense. Nothing's concrete then. Do you even own the lot?
It's actually further along than you might think. The building itself is almost completed. We just need to figure out what we want done on the inside to make it our own. Literally everything can be customized, from where we want outlets to the style of cabinets, etc. It's pretty overwhelming. We're just taking it one step at a time to make sure it's just right.
What's the layout of the house? Make sure you get an island in the kitchen. Once you've had one, you'll never want to be without one again. A new house presents endless possibilities. I'm actually quite envious of you.
We're really excited to finally have a place of our own. And that was one of the first things I told the builders. I've been wanting more counter space in the kitchen, and an island makes the most sense to achieve that. We're gonna have to make all sorts of decisions like that coming up soon.
You guys will be fine. Nothing beats a new house. No matter what you choose, you can't possibly screw it up. I never realized James was doing so well at work. I figured you guys would be in an apartment for life.
James isn't the only one who works. I make a decent living myself. This is something we've really wanted for a while too. We've been saving and doing our best to create our forever home. We're just fortunate that a lot became available at the perfect time.
That definitely helps. I'm glad to hear it. This is so exciting. Needless to say, you're building a two-family home, right?
That's the plan.
Being the younger couple, you'll be on the top floor, yeah? Us old folk can't handle stairs anymore. If possible, you should look into adding a third story. Sometimes it's nice to have a layer of separation between the two families. You can add an elevator inside the house, too. That way, all floors are easily accessible. You gotta consider the elderly in these sorts of things.
We're taking everything into consideration. Thanks for the advice.
When is it supposed to be completed? Hopefully soon.
As I said, we're still figuring out what modifications we want done. The more we change, the more time it'll take. Once we've figured out what we want to do, we should have a lot clearer idea on the timeline. I'll let you know when that time comes.
That makes sense. Don't take too long with it now. We need to get this house done ASAP. I'll get more of the details from James.
I'd appreciate it. He has a better grasp of the situation than me. He's been pretty busy between work and the house, though. He might not get back to you right away. Please be patient with him.
Is it really necessary for you to dictate how and when I can talk to my own child? I'll call him whenever I want. Why are you acting like this? Are you hiding something from me?
I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm not trying to boss you around. Relax. He rarely is able to talk during work hours, not even to me. It's not unusual for him to be out at the office meeting with clients either. He's told me before that you've left some really aggressive messages for him when he didn't pick up. It's nothing personal. He just doesn't have much wiggle room with his job.
I left them because I was worried about him. Who doesn't pick up when their mother calls?
I'll make sure he gets back to you after work hours. Please be patient with him. We've got a lot on our plates right now.
Fine, you've made your point.
He's the same way about responding to texts. It's best if you don't send him a barrage of messages. I think it just stresses him out more. Please respect his space a bit more.
You done? You're such an insufferable woman. This is why we don't get along. You don't understand how this relationship is supposed to work at all.
Huh? I didn't realize you felt that way. I always thought we got along fine.
Talking back to me is fine. A good daughter-in-law would have contacted me as soon as you purchased the lot. I shouldn't have needed to hear about this from my son. It's your responsibility to keep me in the loop, especially if James is as busy as you say.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I've also been very busy myself.
What could possibly be more important than this? Purchasing a new home is a huge milestone, and you didn't even bother to tell me. Whatever. I sent you guys something the other day. Consider it a housewarming gift. It should arrive soon. A neighbor of mine is a fisherman. He caught more than he could sell, so I sent you some of the extra. I hope you enjoy it.
I appreciate the consideration.
Needless to say, it's fish. Properly clean it before you eat it. You know that much at least, right?
I know how to prepare food. Are you insinuating that I don't know how to cook? Or is something wrong with a fish?
Who knows? A couple days in the post can't be good for fish.
I see. No amount of cleaning is going to make that edible. Why even bother sending it?
You'll be fine. It might be a little spoiled, but it's still edible. Or not. It's fish after all.
Is the fish even cooked? Or are you just sending me spoiled raw fish?
Does it matter? It's raw, but it's delicious. It was, at least. His stuff is the best. You can't buy this kind of quality produce anywhere.
I'm sure it was, but if it's already going bad, maybe I'll try it another time.
Be grateful. I'm offering you some high-quality stuff here. It might smell a bit, but you'll be fine.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I'm not sure we'd eat it.
I know James hates fish, so please enjoy it all yourself.
All right. Thanks for the gift.
Let me know after you try it. I want to know what you think of it. I have text alerts set up so I'll know when you receive it.
Just out of curiosity, when did your neighbor give you this fish?
3 months ago or so. I'd forgotten about it. I found it when I was cleaning out my fridge the other day.
You've been keeping it in your fridge for over 3 months. You didn't realize something had been in there for that long? It's gotta smell pretty bad by now. You didn't happen to notice an expiration date on the package, did you? I feel like we might be long past its expiry date.
Those expiration dates are such nonsense. As long as something's in the fridge, it'll last for months. I've eaten things well past expiry tons of times and never gotten sick.
For some things maybe, but not produce, especially not raw fish. Fridges are great and all, but they can't preserve things forever.
Are you really going to decline my gift? I was nice enough to consider you. Most people would just accept the gift without arguing.
I'm not trying to argue, and I do appreciate that you thought of me.
If I say it's fine, it's fine. Leave it at that.
All right, I won't say anything else.
Glad that's settled. I'm heading out. I'll talk to you later.
Right, I'll be taking my leave as well. Have a good one.
I got a notification that the package arrived.
Hi, Margaret. How are you doing? You're right, I received it.
When did it get there?
I got it yesterday evening.
And you didn't think to call me? Or at the very least, send me a text?
I'm sorry, I got tied up. We were busy doing stuff around the house before I realized that it was already quite late in the evening.
With what? You should have contacted me as soon as you got it. I told you to do that. How did you forget?
You did. I'm sorry, I forgot.
I feel bad for James, having to be married to a woman without any common sense. It must be hard for him.
There's something I'd like to ask you. Why did you send it via regular mail? Was that intentional? I figured you would use a refrigerated package for sending food. Even just including some dry ice would have preserved it to some degree.
That's expensive. Do you think I have that kind of money to shell out?
I realize that. However, you sent raw food in the middle of summer.
I already explained this to you. It doesn't matter if it's spoiled or not. It came from a good place. It's fine to eat. You don't even know that much. How are we supposed to live together? I'm gonna have to teach you everything.
Sorry.
You need to get your act in gear. You can't possibly expect me to teach you everything. By the way, how's the house coming along? I haven't heard anything from James in a while.
No major changes. We're still figuring things out.
What the hell is taking so long? Just sit down one evening and get it figured out. I want that house to be completed ASAP. You can't expect me to sit around waiting for forever.
It's not as easy as you're making it out to be. We're getting multiple options about a couple of different options. Neither of us have ever done anything like this before. We want to make sure it's right. This is the simplest time to make modifications. Once your stuff is in there, changing anything will be a nightmare.
I guess that's true. Just be sure to let James make most of the decisions. He has experience living in a house before, unlike you.
Yeah, okay.
Stop leaving me in the dark. I'm tired of always having to ask for updates. Tell me as soon as something is decided.
You need that frequent of updates?
Of course I do. This concerns me as well.
Alright, I can do that.
I gotta say, sometimes you have a hard time figuring out the simplest of things, Jessica. You're lucky you have me to keep you in line.
Okay.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you before it sinks in. I want to be kept in the loop with all important events. I expect you to call me. So whether you receive a package or make a decision on the house, you need to tell me about it.
Sorry. I don't think you're as clear as you think you are. You have very high expectations.
My expectations are black and white. Any idiot could follow them. When I say I want you to do something, I expect you to do it. I don't need a million excuses for why it can't be done. Just do it. Are you able to wrap your tiny little pea brain around that? Please don't make me remind you again.
I see.
Are you completely blind or something? Or am I using too big of words for you? You're such a pain. Even this conversation is infuriating. Nothing seems to register with you. You aren't doing yourself any favors. You should be more careful with how you present yourself.
I'm sorry.
You should have this figured out by now. What's it been, 7 years now since you two got married? This should have been addressed years ago without any intervention by me.
I see.
So, how about it? I'm still waiting, you realize.
Waiting for what? There's nothing new going on with the house.
I want to know what you thought about the gift. My God, please follow along.
Seriously? That's what this is about?
I didn't want to just know when it arrived. I already knew that. I wanted to know what you thought about it flavor-wise. I asked you to tell me the other day, then again today. How are you struggling with this?
I'm sorry.
I'm going to have to hold your hand through every little thing in life. Is there some reason you aren't telling me?
I did receive it. I opened the package. The fish had all sorts of mold and bacteria growing on it. The color was also completely off. It wasn't safe to eat. I'm sorry.
You're serious. You won't eat it. There was nothing wrong with it when I sent it.
I'm being serious.
Let me guess. When you got it, you didn't immediately put it in the freezer. I'm sure you just left it out on the countertop to spoil.
I opened the package as soon as it arrived. That was the state I found it in. There was no reason to put it in the fridge. It was beyond saving.
I can't believe it. That was an expensive piece of fish. There's no way it would have degraded that quickly.
Nothing lasts forever. It spent over 3 months in a fridge when its expiration date gave it 5 days at best. Then it spent another several days sitting in a box in a hot mailroom. If it wasn't completely spoiled before, that would have accelerated things.
I'm not buying it. Did you take a picture? I want proof.
I didn't think to take a picture. I put it in the trash this morning. The trash crew already came by and took our bags. Sorry, I can't provide any proof.
I can't believe this. Throwing away an expensive gift without even giving it a chance.
With all due respect, I'm just doing as you asked. You wanted me to give you a report on how the fish was, and I'm doing exactly that. Despite that, you're still mad at me.
Of course I am. I expected a report on how it tasted, not how it looked in your garbage bin.
I understand that, but you didn't give me much choice. Had you sent it 3 months ago, I might have been able to give you a better report.
You're unbelievable. I don't know what my James sees in a heartless woman like yourself.
I don't really understand why you feel that way.
For starters, I went out of my way to send you an expensive gift, and then you didn't even have the courtesy to try it or thank me for it. I won't send you a present ever again.
I'd actually quite appreciate it if that were true. A rotten piece of fish is hardly a suitable gift for anyone.
You would, huh? You're so ungrateful. Whatever, I get it. You couldn't discern a decent piece of fish from a rotten one. I shouldn't expect much from you, given your upbringing. You need some serious help. Someone needs to teach you some manners. It's been a while, Jessica. I just heard from James. He told me the house is completed.
Let me guess. You've been spam texting him until he responded?
I wonder. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
He told me he had over 50 texts from you. Not to mention the voicemails you left where you spend the entire time screaming.
Can you blame me? He's the one in the wrong for not responding to his own mother. None of my messages had red receipts on them. I thought something might have happened to him.
I know we've talked about this in the past. His office has a pretty strict policy on cell phone usage. And when he's out of the office, he's usually with clients. It would be rude if he was on his phone during those times. That's just the way it is.
He should quit. No one should put up with that.
More companies are starting to adopt similar policies. Phone usage can be a serious time waster in the office. He was told all about this before he signed with the company. It was part of his contract.
Who cares about that? When your mother calls, you answer. I can't believe I have to mention this again, but it seems you forgot to tell me about something important again.
What important thing did I forget to mention this time?
Why didn't you contact me when the house was done? You aren't giving me much notice to contact moving companies. The earliest I could find was for next week. I'll need help packing up my stuff, of course.
Why would you need to pack your stuff up?
My God, are you dense?
We already have our moving arranged. We've been packing our things up all week. Everything is in order. No need for you to help.
I wasn't offering to help. Besides, it's probably for the best you guys get settled first. I'm glad to hear you guys have everything arranged.
Of course. It makes sense we'd be moving into our own house.
Who is this we you keep mentioning? You're being rather vague.
We is James and I.
Why would you be moving in? Are you still in shock over hearing about the divorce? Or are you just that stupid that you didn't realize that being divorced means you won't be living together anymore?
Who's getting divorced?
You and James. Duh.
That's news to me.
Uh-oh. I guess I spilled the beans too soon. I'm shocked James has waited this long to tell you. That's actually pretty cruel of him. He got you all excited for this new house. He must be pretty pissed off, waiting until the last minute just to crush your spirits even further.
I have absolutely no idea what you are talking about.
I'm trying to explain it as simply as possible for you. James is divorcing you.
Why would he do that?
Why would he stay married to an idiot like you? He already found someone to replace you. Things have been moving along quickly between him and his boss's daughter. Hopefully she does a better job of listening when I talk to her. You'll still need to pack your bags, of course. You'll just need to find somewhere else to live.
His boss's daughter? I have no idea what the hell you are talking about.
It would be for the best if you got your stuff out now. Save yourself some dignity. Everything has already been decided. Don't cause my boy any more trouble. Just get your things and get out. No further conversation is necessary.
So you're saying that James is dating his boss's daughter?
That's correct. I'm glad you're finally able to keep up. Honestly, I must applaud him for keeping this all a secret for over 2 years now. You've just been excitedly packing, thinking you were going to move into that new house with him. How sad. Oh, this is all too much. You really are an idiot.
I haven't signed any divorce papers. Sorry to break it to you. James isn't dating anyone else as far as I'm aware either. He's never even mentioned his boss having a daughter before.
That's my boy. I never realized I raised him so well. He's better at hiding things than I thought. I wonder what he's kept hidden from me all these years. At the very least, you have to admit it's pretty impressive to orchestrate all of this behind your back.
Did he actually tell you this? Or are you just making it up to try to hurt my feelings?
He sure did. He told me everything word for word.
I see. I guess I'll find out more tonight when he gets home. I'll ask him directly to confirm whether any of this is true.
Good luck. I hope it's not too much for you. I know how much you hate confrontation. When you do hear the truth, just don't say anything to hurt my poor boy. You've caused him enough trouble. He doesn't deserve anything but the best. Just broach the subject carefully.
I appreciate the concern.
Mom? What the hell? I just got done talking to Jessica. Why would you tell her all that stuff?
I did it for your sake. I figured you didn't want to bring it up with her. Honestly, James, I can't believe you'd wait this long to tell her, though. You're so bad.
She told me you said I'm dating my boss's daughter. That is not true.
Why not? I thought we discussed this. We agreed that you would get rid of her at least. Then you were supposed to work on your boss's daughter. She is a much more suitable woman for you. I can't believe you didn't mention any of this to Jessica yet. Especially considering you're moving this week. Just how big of an idiot is she?
What? Where is all of this coming from? I never agreed to anything.
The last time we talked about the house, you mentioned you were building a 2-family home. You did that for me, right? You want me to live on the 1st floor. You and your boss's daughter can live on the 2nd floor.
I said that? That much is true. My salary alone isn't enough to build a home like that.
Right, and it's not like Jessica makes good money. She's just some random office assistant. So in order to afford a house like that, you needed to find funding from somewhere else. Your friend told you about your boss's daughter, how she's loaded and could easily help you out. So you've been working on her this whole time. You don't have to play dumb with me. I obviously approve of it since Jessica was never good enough for you.
I'm not sure what any of this has to do with me divorcing Jessica.
Well, Jessica's family is poor. She doesn't make enough to provide a meaningful contribution to your family income.
Can you stop talking about her that way?
Does it really matter anymore? Even if you tried, you wouldn't be able to milk anything out of her parents anyways. The most logical course of action would be for you to marry someone else. Someone that has a lot of money to begin with. Nothing beats a good sugar mama. Which is why you went through everything in the first place. That money is going to build us a wonderful home we can live in together.
Did you actually tell her all of that?
Why wouldn't I? It's the truth, isn't it? I mean, your boss is loaded. His daughter is around your age, too. It's the perfect fit. It's a match made in heaven.
You really let your imagination run wild with this one. I'll be blunt with you. I'm not divorcing Jessica. I'm not getting involved with my boss's daughter either. You said some really terrible things to Jessica, things I don't think I'll be able to forgive you for.
I didn't say anything that didn't need to be said. I know I'm right about this. Listen to your mother.
Where is this overconfidence coming from? That house is for me and Jessica. Apart from you, we are very happy together.
What are you talking about?
Just as I said, you're the only problem in our lives, and you are not moving into that house, by the way. We built the house with the intention of Jessica's parents living with us. They've been involved in the decision-making process with us this entire time.
Excuse me? You're going to live with them?
It's not my fault you jumped to conclusions on your own. I never once mentioned us living together before. I'm certain that Jessica never did either. So where is all of this coming from? Did you just assume that that was the case?
Why wouldn't I? When someone builds a two-family house, it's for the husband's side of the family to move in.
In what century exactly? Maybe this is my fault. I'm sorry I wasn't more clear about it before. However, you treat my wife like absolute garbage. Why do you think I'd force her to live with you? It obviously wouldn't work out. There's no way that you would get along. You had to have realized that, no?
Sure, if we bumped into each other, we might fight from time to time. Which is why I initially suggested having a third floor with one in between us. That way we could both live our own independent lives without needing to see each other.
Did you actually think that that would work? You can't live in the same house and not interact. I've got a meeting, I need to go. If you want more details, feel free to message Jessica. I'm sure she can fill you in.
Don't make me talk to her any more than I have to. She's such a pain to talk to. She never listens to me. I would much rather talk to you. Don't ignore me. Jessica?
It seems you talked to James. Looks like you had the wrong idea about everything. You weren't even close. This must be a rude awakening for you.
This is all your fault. You should have been more direct with me from the get-go. How many times have I told you to report to me?
I never mentioned us living together at any point. I had planned on explaining more in detail, but you never gave me an opportunity to do so. That's kind of how you are, though. Even if I did tell you, I'm pretty sure it would have gone right in one ear and out the other. You only hear what you want to hear, after all.
You didn't need to explain. I should be the one living with you. End of story. The husband's family always gets priority in these sorts of matters. There's unwritten rules about it. Tell your family to find somewhere else to live.
Sorry, I don't follow those unwritten rules. Having you live with us would be nothing but trouble. Neither of us would be happy, you know that. Despite that, I was open to having you live with us, but James is another matter. He would have never approved.
Why not? He loves me.
Are you sure about that? Can you really not think of a reason he wouldn't want to live with you?
Being vague has done nothing but cause us issues. Tell me why I'm not going to be living with you directly. I want all the details. Now!
All right, if you say so. Don't shoot the messenger, though. To begin with, the only reason we are building a two-family home is that we wanted my parents to live with us. They've been trying for years to get their own house fixed up, but it's honestly beyond repair. The house is too old. It really just needs to be torn down.
They're going to tear down the house. What are they doing with the land?
We used the land to build the new house. Since we already had a lot to build on, it reduced our expenses substantially. It's a pretty good-sized lot, too. My dad paid for half of the house. He'd been saving up in order to do some major renovations, but this worked out much better for all parties. He isn't that rich, though. Definitely not a company president.
I never heard about anything like that before. Why wouldn't James tell me?
Maybe he didn't want to. Regardless, I'm explaining everything now. Just listen. I don't think James even wanted to tell you about us building a new home in the first place.
Why not?
I think he knew how you'd react. Had he told you, you would have done your best to try and drive me away. He didn't want to put any unnecessary strain on our relationship.
I'd strain your relationship. How would I possibly do that?
For starters, you try to convince me that James and I were divorced. Not just that, you haven't been the most considerate towards me before. And that's me putting it lightly. For example, you sent me clearly rotten food and expected me to eat it. You went as far as demanding that I eat it. There's no way you didn't know it was spoiled. Was that some sort of joke? What else? How about how you're always calling me an idiot and telling me I'm not good enough for your James? Moving into a new home presented us with a new start. A start that didn't include receiving garbage in the mail and constant trouble from you.
You're calling that garbage?
Give it a rest. You know it was garbage. Neither of us are that stupid. Besides, the last thing either of us wants is for you to just come by uninvited.
I'm not allowed to see my own son. I'm his mother.
It's really a miracle that someone as nice as James came from a mother like you. They should study your family and try to figure out how that happened.
Why should I continue to listen to this constant drivel?
Don't worry, you won't have to for much longer. I'll wrap things up soon. James has every intention of breaking things off with you.
What did you say? My boy would never do that. Stop manipulating him.
Me? You've been nothing but trouble for James for as long as he can remember. You constantly bother him every day at work, and having a relationship with you makes his life miserable. What's in it for him other than constant stress? He's finally had enough of it. He's going to reclaim his life by getting rid of you. You'd think someone as smart as you could realize where your relationship was heading.
My James would never say anything like that. He loves me more than anything.
I respect him for trying all these years to keep you around. I respect him more, though, for recognizing that nothing will ever change between you two. Sometimes cutting things off is the best thing for a child. You've made his life hell for as long as he can remember. This new home finally presents him with an opportunity to finally break free.
I've made his life hell. I've been nothing but a loving, caring mother to him.
Do you actually believe that? You've never supported him. You've used your own child whenever it was convenient for you. You even spent his education fund on yourself. You'd steal from him when he was working part-time jobs to try to cover the money you initially took. He had to work twice as hard just to get on his feet thanks to you. You've never been the most responsible when it comes to your own money either. Why do you think he moved out the day he was legally able to? People who steal money from their own children really are the worst, don't you think?
Don't act like you understand anything. I had my reasons for doing what I did. I was out of work and a single mother. My son had extra income he wasn't using. I had to use what I had at my disposal.
Wow, that's how you justify it? I'm not sure what to expect from someone who gives away literal garbage as presents. I'll never understand you. How do you sleep at night? You'll never change. You'll continue to send me literal garbage in the mail and nagging James day in and day out, all while claiming to be a good mother? Do I need to say more? Or can you piece together why we don't want to live with you yet? Talk about nightmare fuel. Even the thought of living with you sends shivers down my spine.
None of that matters. I'm James' mother.
I appreciate you for giving birth to him. Beyond that, though, there's literally nothing to be grateful for. I'd appreciate it if you stopped contacting us. We don't want anything to do with you anymore.
You're just going to throw me away.
Yikes. You're really setting yourself up phrasing it like that. Regardless, things are going to change. James is going to switch his job. He's going to start working at our company and hopefully take over someday. The only way to make sure things proceed smoothly is by getting rid of our problem child.
Our company? You just said your dad wasn't a company president earlier yourself. Am I misremembering?
Saying he would carry it on is a bit misleading. I should have said he's going to jointly manage it.
Jointly manage? With who?
With me, of course. I'm not the daughter of a company president. I'm one better. I'm the president herself.
Since when?
3 years ago. It was originally started by my dad, but he retired and ended up training me as his replacement. He still sits on the board and helps out from time to time, but ultimately the company is mine. Which is why I said that my dad wasn't a company president.
I see. Technically speaking, you weren't lying.
James has always really fit in well with my family. My dad has always viewed him as his own son. He's considering switching family names and carrying on my family's legacy.
But he's my son. Is he trying to take him from me?
I didn't influence him at all. He came to the decision all on his own. Regardless, I've told you he wants to cut ties with you. He doesn't want you to be his mother anymore.
I can't believe it.
We never told you about my family in the past. Had you known, you would have just demanded that we give you money all the time. For the same reason, we never told you about me taking over my dad's company either. You've taken enough from James already. All of this was James's idea.
I wouldn't demand money. That's going too far.
Can you blame us for feeling that way? You spent most of your life stealing from your own child. It's only natural to assume you'd continue to do it had you known how much we were worth. I'm pretty sure that's all that needs to be said. I won't be taking further questions. Good luck with the rest of your life. Bye now.
We're not done talking here. Tell me your address at least. I'll send you guys a housewarming gift.
We'll pass on that, thanks. Leave us alone, please. We don't want anything to do with you. Okay, bye for real this time.
You can't just throw away a parent. That's unforgivable.
We all ended up moving into the new house together, except for Margaret, of course. As for Margaret, she continued to call James day and night. James was ready for that, though. He knew how she would react. All of her messages went unread and unheard. We never ended up sharing our new address with her, and so we finally stopped receiving her garbage in the mail. I guess she finally got the hint because the calls stopped as well. There's always a chance we bump into her in the future. If that happens, we won't let it affect us. We truly are happy now. I won't let anyone stand in the way of that happiness. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks!